The only thing we can't
everything you've heard during this whole process,
Mm-hmm.
this trial.
Mm-hmm. Get to the point. He likes to go round and around and around and around. Get to the point.
And again, I say the same thing that I said earlier. Same thing I said in
Just get to it, Darrell.
opening statements. I'm not reading from any paper,
Just get to it.
books. Everything you've heard in opening statements, everything you're hearing now is from right here.
BS.
Everything.
That's mad BS. Indoor absolute. They're not feeling sorry for you. I don't even know why you even put he's putting on. This is a
You
facade.
have the decision.
They sure enough do. And they're not
You and you alone. All of you. You have the decision.
and they're not going to be manipulated by you. Jury nullification.
I'm sure you've taken a lot of notes during this process. Some days are longer than others. A lot of movement in and out of the courtroom for various reasons.
I know the jury is like, well, he go sit down. This is not working. You ain't going nowhere with this.
Remember the power that you have.
As if they're gonna use it in your favor. You as a stupid fool, man. Oh my God. There's nobody dumb. There's a song that says nobody greater than you, talking about God, but there's nobody dumber than Darrell Brooks. Oh my God. I've never, and I've been around some dumb people, but nobody is on the level of this devil. Oh my God.
Don't for 1 second let it be taken away from you.
Darrell, what you're saying is not moving the needle. Trust me. It's working against you. They all hate you. You're a pariah. Everybody in that courtroom hates you.
I can never understand the position of sitting on the jury in something of this magnitude. So I'm sure there's a lot of pressure.
A lot of evidence too. Damning. Did he think he was going to sway them like with this commentary?
I pray that the right decision is made.
Yeah, the right decision.
The right decision.
They voted unanimously relative to the right decision. And we applaud the jurors. Thank you, jury. For putting this bad away.
It's almost like that that message. Well, not message, but that writing. When we're in our vehicles and we got that rearview mirror and it said things are
that's not gonna work.
Closer than they appear.
Yeah, that's not gonna work now.
But it's also another way of saying sometimes things aren't as they appear.
But they were, because we saw what you did. So how's that gonna work? You think they're that stupid there? They gonna fall for that?
I can't speak for anyone else, but me, myself, I believe in Jesus Christ.
Like that's going to move the needle. Okay.
That's how I was raised. That's what I believe in.
And the Bible says thou shalt not kill. So that's debunked. Let's find another trial by him. Let's see. Let's move up.
It's a sweatshirt from the playset that has Darrell Brooks' DNA on it.
Wow.
According to the crime lab. That's him right there. That's Darrell Brooks
Wow.
driving off into the parade.
Damning evidence.
That's Darrell Brooks driving in the parade. That's Darrell Brooks driving in the parade.
Oh.
That is also Darrell Brooks driving in the parade.
Oh, wow.
And so is that.
Mm.
And he kept asking people about the tints on the window. Well, guess what, folks? You don't need to see the tints on the window when the windows are rolled down. And there's clearly one person in that vehicle in every one of these photos.
He's looking right up at you.
And it's that man.
Wow.
And it's that man.
That cold man.
And it's that man. Darrell Edward Brooks Jr., date of birth 2/21/1982, on his identification card issued by the state of Wisconsin. In all capital letters, Darrell Edward Brooks Jr. This was in his pocket.
Sounds like damning evidence to me.
When they arrested him. So this entire shenanigans that he's presented to you through his questioning of witnesses about I'm not Darrell Brooks and that's my name and I don't know who that is and I don't consent to being called that name. It's just nothing but a distraction. It's Darrell Brooks.
Absolutely.
It's the man who drove through the Waukesha Christmas parade and killed people.
But you know what? Let me say this. I don't think so I noticed that the state, they really had this thing together and they wanted to be very meticulous and they're careful dealing with him, particularly him being his own attorney, because obviously, he didn't know what he was doing. So they were basically walking on eggshells trying to get through this, but also trying to get the jury to understand, like, this is the guy. You guys have the evidence. You see him acting up in court. But I don't think the jury, I just don't think the state had anything to worry about. I think irrespective of them, having the power to nullify, they just had common sense and they were not going to operate outside of that which is sensible. It makes sense to put this man away. I don't think it was really necessary for them to, be concerned that the jury was going to be on his side or vote. No. Everybody was on the same page that was against him. I think the jury was on the same page. They saw what a buffoon he was, and I'm sorry for taking up all this time talking to y'all, but they saw how much a buffoon he was, the way he disrespected Judge Duro, the way he acted towards the other attorneys, Zach Wichall, sparring, the way he was screaming in the neighboring courtroom. The jury wasn't stupid. They knew what his real name was. They knew that this was a charade. They knew that. So in other words, Attorney Opry, you can rest easy. You can rest easy. All right, come on.
Endangered people. Endangered the safety of people.
I'm sorry. Your objection, sir?
Your Honor, with all due respect, I would appreciate the quote unquote language what does she mean by shenanigans and this and that and the third.
Shut up, man.
Sir, your objection's noted. It's overruled. The state may continue.
Right, shut up.
Well,
shut up.
Can she tone that back?
Shut up. We ain't toning nothing back. Shut up.
If I would have...
Shut your mouth.
Objection is noted. It's overruled. These are closing arguments.
Be
There's
quiet.
nothing improper.
Be quiet.
It's noted. It's overruled.
Be
She
quiet.
may continue.
Shut your
You
mouth.
have an opportunity to respond, sir. Please let her finish.
So I can...
Shut up.
I can rebuttal?
Shut up.
Go ahead, Attorney Opper.
Thank you. I'm going to conclude my comments with this,
Stupid,
folks.
utter fool.
I'm going to show you the video, a stitched together video of all the carnage caused by Darrell Brooks, and I apologize.
Shut your mouth.
This is important that you know what he did. It's important that you think about the women like Nicole White and Kelly Grabo and her daughter and Jane Kulik, who were just there with friends and co-workers supporting a local business. The teenagers marching in the band, wearing their school colors. It's important. The boys and girls with the Blazers baseball team and their coaches doing nothing more than handing out baseball cards.
Wow.
The young girls in the extreme dance team. Can you imagine how many hours they spent practicing that routine?
Wow. He calls
He
mad.
drove right through them without a care in the world.
That was chaos.
The grannies dancing their way down the street. Perfect step. Every one of them.
Y'all hear him? Y'all hear him laughing like in that other courtroom? This is ridiculous. Like this is still a joke to him, man. This is still a joke. And he's doing this in front of the people who he needs. I don't get it. I don't.
The Catholic community there, as Father Matt said, spreading the light of Christ in the weeks before Christmas. He snuffed it out. It's time for Darrell Brooks to stop running. It's time for him to stop lying.
Exactly.
It's time for him to be held accountable for his actions.
Yes.
Darrell Brooks cowardly rammed his way through this parade. Violently killing and injuring so many people. I'm going to stop talking and play this video. But please, I ask you to add up the evidence. Use the map 15.
Well, I think this was pretty much the icing on the cake in terms of this officially being over for Darrell. Because I'm pretty sure when the jury watched that entire video. Now, because you got to understand, that video is so graphic that we can only see little bits and parts of the video. We can't watch that whole thing. So can you imagine what the jury actually watched in full? So I think this was the icing on the cake in terms of the victory for the state. I mean, it's almost like you're at a funeral. When you we can't watch the video, we can hear it, the screams and stuff, and how sad it's like being at a funeral, man. And oh man, this is horrific.
You can check off the names. We've covered them all. Walk down that street like we did with you.
Everybody's
return guilty verdicts on all counts.
Absolutely, they are.
Please.
You can rest easy on that.
Please.
Screen back up.
No, I need one more. Yes, please.
This is so sad.
Go ahead.
I don't think I even would want to even watch that video in its entirety. I wouldn't even want to see that. Even Judge Darrell got to crying. It became personal. Just imagine if that was your family member. Look at this idiot. All of a sudden now he's watching it, but when Carpenter wanted him to watch it in the interrogation room, he didn't want to see it. He thought everything was a joke. It wasn't so funny when you was found guilty, was it? Wasn't so funny then. Y'all remember when they said guilty, and then somebody said burn in hell? Oh, that was a wonderful moment, wasn't it? I felt good. But I think, it was inevitably over anyway. Even before that. They was just waiting on the official word. But again, you could see this, just the look on everybody's face. It feels like you're at a funeral. I would know that because I play for funerals all the time. I have to be at one on Friday. And it's tough, seeing people in mourning, people that are lamenting, people in lamentation. It's like going up to the hospital in the ICU unit. There's a lot of people that look sad up there because they know their loved ones are dying or getting ready to die. So it's not good feeling. This is heavily damning against Brooks. This is ironic. I can't believe he's actually watching this. but he would not watch it in the interrogation room. Did anybody peep that? Did any of y'all ever peep that? Carpenter had to make him watch it. And he was asking questions in the middle of it. And it was, no. Watch the video. Why do you want me to watch it? Because I think it's important that you see this. He wanted to know, what am I looking at in terms of the charges? He already knew what he was looking at because he knew what he did. You were looking at life in prison. Isn't it horrible? People are crying. This feels like this is a funeral. Oh, wow. Oh, now what is he doing? Praying? Oh, now you wanna pray? All he had to do was mind his business by not going down to that parade. Him and Erica, they were sparring, got into a fight. He should have just left and went home. That would have circumvented and or avoided all of this. All of this is because of the behest of his rage with somebody else that had nothing to do. His situation with Erica had nothing to do with these people that are dead. These victims that are in mourning.
Thank you. Before we continue with Mr. Brooks's closing arguments, I'm going to take a short break. All rise for the jury, please.
Wow. I can understand why she wanted to take a break, because after seeing that makes sense to take a break.
No.
Jury should know that they nullify.
Shut up.
You are muted now.
Now, you know what? That is like a slap in the face. These people were crying, man. What the hell is wrong with you? These people were crying, watching the video of their loved ones being struck. And then you're going to turn around and say, F this. The jury can tell the jury they need to know they can nullify. That is insanity. That is crazy. That's like F what I did, F those people. Hey, jury, you have power. You can nullify this. Insane. Insane. I've never seen nothing like this. Ooh, but Judge Darrell got his behind in the end. Once the jury turned over those unanimous votes that they all agreed on in terms of a guilty verdict, Judge Darrell, ooh, the power went back to her. And she destroyed him as well as she should. All that mouth he had. Stupid fool. He just watched that whole video and then gonna turn around and say the jury can nullify. Like he didn't care. That is sick.
Thank you. We'll be in recess for about 10 minutes.
That is beyond satanic. I don't even think the devil ever did anything that bad. But anyway, oh my God. Whew. All right, you know what? A lot of you guys like when I comment on the Darrell Brooks video, but I really don't like to, and that's why I don't do it as often, because it actually raises my pressure. It actually really makes me upset. It's damning what he did. It's outrageous in light of the things that he says. He doesn't care about what he did, and that I can just put myself in the shoes of the victims, how I would feel. I don't know how they were able to calmly sit in court. You know, maybe they didn't want to go to jail, but guess what? 10 days contempt in jail might have been worth me jumping over that bench, whooping his behind. It would have been worth it. I would have went there for 10 days to whoop his behind. Because at least I ain't got to serve 7,000 years. So mathematically, it would have been worth it. And so anyway, y'all, I don't like to do it all the time because it really angers me. And I apologize for yelling in the video. But again, please like and share. Thank you all for listening.